husky. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right, good morning, y'all. We're about to get into it. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We are about to get into it. We got a lot going on today. But hopefully y'all are doing good. It's good to see everybody in the building. I see y'all in the chat. Hopefully y'all are ready to go. Oh my gosh. Trying to get my mic situated. All right, we got some ones in the chat. We should be good. Let me see how we're looking. There we go. All crispy and clean on the screen. Man, what a day to be alive. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats, ClassEbeats.com. Today, we've got some new motions for y'all. We've got a lot of new motions, and I actually just found out, shout out to Thugger Daily, we got some breaking news. There were 3 new motions filed today, this morning by the state. So y'all know court is resuming tomorrow for the YSL RICO trial, and we're going to talk about some of the things that were filed this past weekend, especially going into Friday night, but we'll get into that in a second. Hopefully y'all are doing well, man. Let me say what's up to everybody who's in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here as always. We've got Nick Chick Samantha is in the building. Good to see you. Kristen Vasquez is up in here, says good morning, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Mr. Tesla's up in here as well. Says good morning. Salute to my guy, Mr. Tesla. And thank y'all for being here. This is going to be a fun one. We've also got Amy Lee up in the building. Shout out to the amazing Amy up in here, always showing love and support. We're gonna get into it, y'all, because I gotta figure out. Thugger Daily just sent over that we have, let's see, how many is it? 3 new filings, it looks like. So we might have to go through all of them, because if we do, that's gonna be a total of 8 filings that we have to get to today. We'll have to, we are gonna have to see what happens. Y'all let me know what you think in the chat. I have a couple of announcements we're gonna get to, and then we're gonna get right into it. If y'all could do me a favor, make sure you like the video on your way in. Not only does it help the show continue to grow, but it lets the algorithm know you guys are enjoying the show, and it shares it with more people. All right, let's go ahead and get into our announcements. Y'all know what time it is. First off, it's Monday, which means tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got another episode of the Song of the Night Live. If you are a music artist, we are going to be giving away $100 and a brand new Shure 55 SH microphone. You'll also get a chance to compete in next week's Versus Challenge. So if you want a chance to get your music heard and gain some fans, grow your fan base, win, and meet some other artists that you could possibly collaborate with and support other artists as well, make sure you tune in tonight right here on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel for another episode 11 of the Song of the Night Live. And if you're just a lover of music, make sure you stop by the show too, because you guys actually get a chance to vote and decide where each song ranks during the show, where each song ranks on the top 20 charts that we'll be posting over on the Song of the Night Live Instagram. So if you want to check it out, I would appreciate y'all being here. It's dope, man. It's a good time. Y'all could ask some of the people in the chat. Y'all know what's up. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, because like I said, we've got a lot to cover today. Let me double check the chat and make sure we're good. Also, if y'all want to call in, if you have some thoughts on what's going on in this trial, some of the motions that we're covering, some of the filings that we're going to be going over here shortly, make sure that you call in and just share your thoughts. You don't even have to be up on camera if you don't want to. The link to call in is in the description, and it's also pinned to the comment in the chat. But let's see, we've got, what are y'all saying up in here? Everybody's saying their good morning. I love y'all coming in here and saying good morning to each other, man. That's dope. Kristen Vasquez says 39 watching, and I know all y'all didn't hit the like button. Get the likes up. Come on now. Amy says, yeah, y'all come vote, because she said, y'all come vote because I suck and I need votes. What you mean, Amy? What are you talking about? I must have missed something in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all that are watching. Lauren Robinson said, I hit on both of my accounts. Look at the love. Appreciate y'all showing love, man. That's dope. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get to this first one. Y'all know, y'all saw the title of the video. This first filing that we're going to go into, I think, is huge, and is kind of showing a little bit of what we heard from Mr. Weinstein in the past interview that he did with Megan Kuniff, and that the prosecution, they're starting to feel the heat. They are starting to feel the heat, and man, it's about to get ugly. Oh, Amy said her music. Yeah. Okay, I got it now. She's saying y'all come to the show tonight and vote for her music. Yeah, shout out to Amy. Absolutely killing it. We got to hear Amy singing for the first time on Friday's episode. So if y'all missed out on that, make sure you go watch the replay. We're actually going to be dropping the replay of Wednesday's show over on the Song of the Night Live YouTube channel tomorrow night. So y'all can look out for that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Sorry, Amy. You know, it's still early for me. All right, I'm trying to get it together. Sheesh. Okay, so this is gonna be an interesting one, y'all. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm good in the chat. Eddie said, new to your channel, just subscribe. Shout out to Eddie. Thank you. We're about to get into it. Make sure you like the video on your way in too. I'm moving slow this morning. Oh man. Lauren Robinson, she's talking about Amy, I think, says fire. Absolutely. All right, let's get a sip of water real quick. Just to make sure we're good, and then we'll get into it. Appreciate you stopping by, Eddie. So this motion is absolutely crazy. A lot of y'all know, and we have talked about the district attorney right here in Fulton County, who is Fani Willis. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to the news lately, you may recognize her name. You may recognize the name of Nathan Wade. There's recently some controversy in the last few months going on between her trying to run this case against Donald Trump. There's a lot there. We're not going to get into the details of that. So Fani Willis has been in the news pretty often here for the past few months. Now, she has apparently and obviously been watching what's going on with this YSL RICO case, because this is going to be the biggest case in her career, in her history so far, right? So she's been keeping an eye on it, watching it. And she recently heard that Brian Steele was trying to get her people off of the case. Well, as we know, Brian Steele filed a motion to get ADA Love and ADA Hilton out of there. And Fani Willis did not like that. She's ready to throw some shots. And she filed this response to what Brian Steele, aka Young Thug, had to say about ADA Hilton and Miss Love. So we're going to get into it, see what Fani Willis has to say, because they're bringing the big dogs in now. And it's about to get ugly, in my opinion. All right, y'all check this one out. This is the state of Georgia versus Young Thug, aka Jeffrey Williams, aka Brian Steele, his representation. And this is a letter to Judge Whitaker. Check it out. State's response to defendant's motion to disqualify lead prosecutors. The state of Georgia, by and through Fani T. Willis, Big Mama's here, District Attorney of the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, hereby responds in opposition to defendant Young Thug's motion to disqualify lead prosecutors Chief Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love, CDDA Love, as she's more formally known, and Deputy District Attorney Simone Hilton, DDA, filed on July 10th, 2024, and on July 18th, 2024. Despite the extraordinary nature of the request to disqualify the lead prosecutors in this case, defendants cite no facts and no law that authorize this honorable court to disqualify either CDDA, Love, or, okay, we're not doing this, Love and Hilton. All right. Okay. We get it. They've got some cool titles. Let's just keep it moving. Accordingly, the state respectfully moves the honorable court to deny defendant's motion to disqualify the lead prosecutors. Okay, so is she correct that Brian Steele did not cite any facts and law? No.
Stop the cap.
We're already at a bad start here. I mean, if you look at everything that was done in the ex parte meeting, that alone, as we mentioned in the last videos and live stream, is enough fact to see that what they were doing wasn't right. So I don't know what Fani's talking about, but we'll give her a chance to give a proper response, and then we'll break it down here shortly. Accordingly, the state respectfully moves this honorable court to deny defendant's motion to disqualify the lead prosecutors. In support of this response, in opposition to defendant's motion to disqualify, the state shows this honorable court the following: where defendant seeks to examine the prosecutors on matters concerning which there are other sources of evidence available to defendant. The laws of Georgia and the facts of this case mandate the court's denial of the defendant's motion to disqualify. In support of his motion to disqualify the lead prosecutors, defendants asserts that lawyer Love and lawyer Hilton have made themselves critical witnesses in this case. When Love engaged in text messages with a witness, and when Love and Hilton participated in a hearing in chambers with the witness and his lawyer regarding contempt proceedings against the witness. Okay, those are facts. So again, we're already on a bad start. The defendant stated no facts. That is a fact that these things happen. So Fani, you're already, come on now. Now she's saying those are facts that can't disqualify them. Well, we'll see what she says moving on, but we're already off to a bad start. Defendants cite no legal authority in support of this position. Defendants, however, bears the heavy burden of proving that disqualification of the lead prosecutors in this case is warranted. Okay, how about Miss Hilton giving Lil Woody false information, wrong information in an ex parte meeting? Y'all know what side I'm on when it comes to the fairness of this case so far, and it's not the district attorney's office, but we'll keep going. Instructing that it is the burden of the party seeking to disqualify counsel to prove the extraordinary remedy of disqualification is warranted. Defendant does not even attempt to meet this burden. Instead, he rests his pleadings on legally and factually unsupported assertions. Wow. The hearing in chambers was proper. Here we go again. So now, not only do we have Fani Willis saying that this hearing in chambers without the defense there was fine because it was about the contempt that Little Woody was being held under. But we also had, if y'all remember going back, we also had another judge that said, okay, we get that they had the ex parte meeting. I don't see anything wrong with the ex parte meeting. I don't see anything wrong with what Judge Glanville did. But because this is a bad look and we want people to trust the judicial system, we're just going to go ahead and get Judge Glanville out of here. Which was wild, in my opinion. But it seems like they're all pretty loyal to Judge Glanville and Hilton and Love and want to make sure that they're taken care of because what they're saying just doesn't make sense at all. Defendants asserts without support that Love and Hilton are disqualified as prosecutors in this case because they attended a hearing in chambers that he believes himself entitled to have attended. That's weirdly phrased, but we'll keep going. Defendants argue that the lead prosecutors in attendance at the hearing are disqualified under Georgia Rule of Professional Conduct 3.7 from further prosecuting the case because defendants now need to examine them about the hearing and what took place. Basically, he wants to call them as witnesses. Defendant's argument is not grounded in law. The hearing in chambers was about an ongoing contempt proceeding against a witness who leaving out information here. He's not just a witness. He is a sworn witness. This dude was on the stand. So let's not leave any information out here, District Attorney Willis. This was a sworn witness. This just wasn't some witness they were talking with before he went to the stand. He was sworn in. He was on the stand, and that matters. The hearing in chambers was about an ongoing contempt proceeding against a sworn, I'll add it in there, witness who upon motion of the state had been compelled to testify but refused to do so. We're aware. The hearing was proper. Nope. See King versus State, ruling where King had complained that the trial court acted improperly by conducting a brief hearing outside his presence concerning the state's request for an order compelling a witness to testify in King's trial and confirming the use and derivative use immunity that would apply to that compelled testimony. The hearing appears to not have been a part of the proceedings against King. How is it not a part of the proceedings if he's a sworn? I don't understand. Again, I'm just the guy, y'all. Let me know in the comments if I'm just completely missing something. The Georgia Supreme Court pointedly recognized in King, and then they cite the actual pages here, under circumstances closely resembling those here, that while King might have preferred that a key witness not be ordered to testify truthfully in the trial, there is nothing in Georgia law that would have permitted him to object to the state's request for the order compelling the witness to testify in King's trial, or that would suggest that King's rights were the subject matter under consideration. Didn't Lil Woody tell them that he was going to lie, though? Where does that factor in here? On the contrary, the trial was obligated to consider whether the testimony was necessary to the public interest, a matter which King had no standing to address. And any alleged bias on the witness part was the proper subject of cross-examination, not grounds for denying the state's request for order. Okay, so they're saying they can ask about anything they want in cross-examination. Is what it looks like it's saying, holding that the credibility of the witness ordered to testify under 24-928 is a jury question. Likewise, Allen versus State, the Georgia Court of Appeals cited King in support of its holding that a defendant has no standing to contest the grant of use immunity to a witness. Under both King and Allen, the June 10th, 2024 in chambers hearing was proper. I'm not seeing it. What? Yeah, you kind of lost me. This seems like two totally different circumstances. And was Mr. King a sworn witness? That's what I want to know too. We'll have to go back and look at this case. Under both King and Allen, okay, we read that part. We're good. CID, surely defendant does not expect that a proper hearing, which he had no standing to contest or to participate in, now somehow provides defendant the right to disqualification of the lead prosecutors who took part in the hearing. Such a position makes no sense. I disagree. Disqualification of the prosecutors who constitute an abuse of this honorable court's discretion, where other sources of evidence about what happened at the hearing are available to defendant and obviate any need of defendant for either prosecutor's testimony. So what she's trying to say there is everything you need is in the transcripts. So you wanted to know what happened in the meeting. Here's the transcripts. Now, the issue is if we get to cross-examination, which again, man, I really want this case. I really want this to be done. I'm going to be honest, just because it hasn't seemed fair for most of what we've been covering. But I do want to see cross-examination from Lil Woody, because Lil Woody, as y'all know, and we reviewed, he even went on an interview with his ex-lawyer, Caleb Bumpus, and said, those transcripts aren't complete. Also, there's other issues, again, as we mentioned, that they lied in the in chambers. They coerced Lil Woody using unfactual statements. I mean, there's just so much here that is wrong and legally wrong, even though we had another judge saying that, oh, it was okay, Judge Glanville did his part. Lil Woody is going to get them out of there. So if we don't do it now, Fani, Lil Woody, if he gets cross-examined by the defense, it's going to happen sooner or later. So why not just get him out of there? Because Lil Woody says that these transcripts were not complete. Then you're going to have to call them as witnesses. I don't get it. Even if the hearing had not been proper, an even bigger hurdle barring disqualification of the prosecutors is the availability to defendant of other sources of evidence of what happened during the hearing. With some expectations, Rule 33.7 of the Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Georgia provides that a lawyer shall not act as advocate at trial in which the lawyer is likely to be a necessary witness. However, the party moving for disqualification of a lawyer under Rule 3.7 has the burden of showing that the lawyer is likely to be a necessary witness by demonstrating that the lawyer's testimony is relevant to disputed material questions of fact and that there is no other evidence available to prove those facts. The transcript's not enough. We read and we reviewed and we looked through the transcript, y'all. It's not complete by any means. So there's a lot of stuff missing. Even the way it starts is weird. There's parts where Lil Woody, he says, I did these crimes. What? And nobody says anything after that. They just kind of ignored him. It seems like there's a lot missing here in the conversation. So if the court reporter caught it, they didn't have anything to say after Lil Woody. Yeah, this is crazy. Defendant cannot meet that burden is what Fani Willis is saying. The hearing in chambers was taken down by the court reporter and transcribed. All parties now have the transcript of the hearing in chambers. The transcript clearly identifies those who were present, and that includes sheriff deputies, investigators from the district attorney's office, the witness currently on the stand, and the witnesses. I love how she said it here, but she didn't say it back when she was talking about them having the ex parte meeting. Anyway, the witness currently on the stand and the witness's attorney. Indeed, defendants will get to cross-examine the witness at issue himself. The practice of trial attorneys testifying is not approved by the courts except where made necessary by the circumstances of this case. All right. And we've got Timberlake versus State. The advocates The advocate as a witness possesses innumerable threats to the integrity and reliability of the judicial process. She also highlights courts have properly refused to permit a prosecutor to being called as a defense witness unless there is a compelling need. If Lil Woody says they're lying, wouldn't you need to get on the stand and say why you're not lying? We're not just going to look at the transcript and say, hey, Lil Woody, I said this, and this is what the transcript says, and now we're moving on. No, I want to get you on the stand, and I want to ask you, and I want to hear you say under oath that this is what happened. It's a mess, man. Trial courts are generally held to have discretion on whether to allow a party to call opposing counsel as a witness, on the view that attempting to call opposing counsel to establish some fact that can be readily proved in a different manner should be discouraged. To me, again, y'all, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just looking at this as a common sense, regular person. If Lil Woody says that the transcript isn't true, then we got to call them as witnesses. It's that simple. And again, Brian Steele, I hope you got, oh man, dang, we might get called into court. Because I think I'm one of the few people who actually did a review video on what Kayla said in her interview with Lil Woody. And those videos are gone now, except for this channel. So y'all might see one of these videos cited in some upcoming, oh man, dang, in some upcoming filings from Brian Steele, because Little Woody said, nope, those transcripts aren't complete. And the only place he said that was on Kayla's YouTube channel. Well, those videos are gone now. They're deleted, but we did review those videos, and I don't know if there's any other places that reviewed them. So I guess I need to go ahead and reach out to Brian Steele, figure out what we're going to do. Dang. Because when it gets to cross-examination, they might play this video, and they might play that clip where we showed Little Woody shaking his head. Kayla said, Woody, do those transcripts look complete to you? Do they look like that's what happened in the ex parte meeting? Woody was like, dang. There is no compelling need for the lead prosecutors to testify, especially given that there are ample other sources of information to establish what occurred at the hearing chambers. Disqualification of prosecutors' love based on the exchange of text messages with the witness also would constitute an abuse of this honorable court's discretion, where other sources of evidence about the text messages are available to the defendants and obviate any need by defendants of Love's testimony. Basically, she doesn't need to testify. You guys have access to the text messages. With ample sources of evidence about text messages being available to defendant, most notably the witness himself, whom defendant already has examined at trial. Defendant asserts that the text messages also require his examination of Love. And it says defendant's motion contains no reference to his examination at trial of the witness or the text messages introduced at trial through the witness at state's exhibit such and such and such. We'll keep it moving. The law contradicts defendant's assertion. See Schaaf v. State. Noting that speculation as to the content of an opposing counsel's testimony could not support a disqualification order. We'll have to see what happens with this witness list too, because if Judge Whitaker says, yeah, you can call them as witnesses, then this entire argument that Fani is making is going to fall flat in the first place. So we'll see what happens there. That the trial court abused its discretion when it disqualified trial counsel on the basis that the trial counsel's testimony was necessary, where the victim made a statement in his. Come on, DA. Where the victim made a statement in his presence, but the statement had also been overheard by both the victim's mother and by trial counsel's assistant, who could testify on the circumstances surrounding the child's statement. Wait, oh, okay. They're going back and saying this is what happened in Schaaf v. State. Gotcha. All right, that was a little confusing. We made it through. Although the Schaaf court agreed with the trial court's concern that trial counsel's testimony would be relevant to the jury for determining the weight and credibility to assign the child's videotaped recantation and possibly the preferred method, the Schaaf court ultimately concluded that testimony was not necessary to prove any fact related to the video or the circumstances surrounding the video. And I don't know how to pronounce those two names. The court explained that such speculation as to the content of the opposing counsel's testimony could not support a disqualification order. Otherwise, any party could successfully move to disqualify an opposing attorney by simply averring that the opposing counsel might possess information that is damaging to the attorney-client's case, therefore that the attorney is likely to be a necessary witness in the moving party's case. To approve of such a tactic would be opening the door to blatant misuse of the rule that already had a great potential for abuse. I agree with this. Basically, this is saying is that in the case of Lil Woody and ADA Hilton, right? She was allowed to have contact, to talk with him, to text him, to call him, because it's their witness. Now, the issue is, when did this take place? What did Lil Woody request? Did he have representation, even though he's a witness? If he had representation and the representation wasn't there, is that an issue? So I have to give Fani this one in the case that if you're going to go down this road, then basically any contact that an attorney has with a witness is going to be an issue. And that's a tough one to go down. But there are some extenuating circumstances in this case because there is an ex parte meeting. Judge Glanville already got kicked out because whether it's because the ex parte meeting was wrong or that it just looked bad, Judge Krause had to get him out of there because he didn't do the right thing, which is clear. So it's not, I get what she's saying, but it's still not the same thing. Defendants proffer no information he seeks to gain from love that he cannot quite readily get, has already gotten from another source. Disqualification of the lead prosecutor under these circumstances would constitute an abuse of this honorable court's discretion. So with that being said, what I could probably see happening, especially now that he's off the case or that he's not ruling in this case, is that Judge Glanville is going to be the key witness when it comes to calling him up there, because he was in the meeting the whole time. ADA Love, she was in the meeting earlier and then she left and then she handed things over to Hilton. So we got to give Fani points on this one. I think she might actually have a good case. And if they need to call a witness, they can just call Judge Glanville. Looking at it from the prosecution side, I can see that. Y'all have to let me know what you think. Defendant's reference to the former trial judge has no bearing on the defendant's motion to disqualify. Although it is not necessary for the present motion, Young Thug asserts that he wants to call as a witness Chief Judge, who until recently presided over this trial. Okay, I guess she's going to get into it. The state submits the Chief Judge is not a necessary witness for the same reason the lead. Okay.
Stop the cap.
See, this, Vanny, I tried to give you some grace here, and then you just went and messed it up. How are you going to say Judge Glanville shouldn't be called as a witness either? That makes no sense. He held and started the whole thing and got kicked off the proceedings because of it. Come on now. Yeah, she got 1 point with me and then she just lost 10. I tried, Fanny. I tried. Golly, man. Although it is not necessary for the present motion, Young Thug asserts that he wants to call as a witness the chief judge who until recently presided over the trial. The state submits the chief judge is not a necessary witness for the same reason the lead prosecutors are not necessary witnesses. Obviously, she's again trying to protect her people because Brian Steele gets up there, or Judge Glanville gets on the stand. Brian Steele's there, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, what did ADA Hilton say, or what did ADA Love say? What did they say here? What did they say there? You know what? I just want to call them, because there's so many things that they said, Your Honor. I want to call them as witnesses." It's going to be hard for Judge Glanville to talk around the fact that they said this and they said that when Brian Steele could just get them on the stand themselves. But Fani's trying to protect her people. I get it. Moreover, while at no point did the chief judge comment on the evidence before this jury, it appears defendant's primary purpose in calling the chief judge would be to ask him to do just that. Although defendant has not requested permission to do that yet, the state submits the court should deny such a request when and if it is made. There is no evidence to this is number 2. There is no evidence to authorize disqualification of the lead prosecutors under the two only generally recognized grounds for disqualification of a prosecutor in Georgia: conflict of interest and forensic misconduct. And defendant does not even purport to request relief on those grounds. Okay, we're getting more into the law part of it. Defendant does not allege, nor does there exist evidence in this case suggesting that their prosecutor in this case should be disqualified under the two only generally recognized grounds for disqualification of a prosecutor in Georgia. 1, an actual conflict of interest exists, or 2, a prosecutor has engaged in forensic misconduct. Those are the only 2 cases that they could be disqualified. Now, let's think about this for a second. An actual conflict of interest, I don't see that there either. A prosecutor has engaged in forensic misconduct. I mean, nothing that we're aware of can show that. So she might be right there as well. Let's see. It also says in McGlynn versus State, the Georgia Court of Appeals recognized that a trial court considering a defendant's motion to disqualify an elected district attorney or her staff based on the alleged misconduct must hold those who allege such misconduct to a high standard of proof. Well, excuse me. I mean, we've got a whole transcript, and that seems like a good bit of proof. Plus, you're going to get Lil Woody and Judge Glanville on the stand. I mean, maybe Judge Glanville. I think they'll get him up there. We'll see. Even assuming for the sake of argument that the allegations set forth in the defendant's motion were true, those allegations failed to meet the high standard required to disqualify 2 lead prosecutors from an ongoing and well-advanced criminal case in the middle of a trial. The extraordinary relief Young Thug seeks is simply unwarranted, and this motion should be denied without any further proceedings. Additionally, she says, the court should deny the defendant's motion as not being sufficiently particularized in violation of the court's standing scheduling order of criminal cases in Judge Whitaker's division. His motion does not specify with particularity any evidence that supports his desired relief. How? We've got the transcript. What is she talking about? At best, the defendant has merely cobbled together a broad and barely defined class of allegations to support his theory, but he has utterly failed to explain how such allegations would necessitate disqualification. I think Brian Steele did a very good job of explaining it. We reviewed it in a past video. Y'all can go watch that if you haven't watched it yet. Conclusion. For the reasons stated above, it would be an egregious abuse of this honorable court's discretion to disqualify Love and Hilton solely based on the de minimis. Have to look that one up. Assertions advanced in defendant's motion, especially where there is no evidence of any ground authorizing either prosecutor's disqualification. The court should not abuse its discretion by disqualifying the prosecutors, especially where the June 10th hearing about which defendants incessantly complains, she bold and underlines that, was proper. and where there are available to defendants other sources of information about which he claims to need to examine Love and Hilton at trial. Defendants' efforts to forestall the conclusion of the longest trial in Georgia's history by seeking to disqualify the lead prosecutor should be immediately stopped. The Honorable Court should deny defendants' motions to disqualify the lead prosecutors in this case on the pleadings alone. Submitted this 26th of July, 2024, Fani T. Willis. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong sound effect. Oh, man. Sorry about that. So y'all have to let me know what you think, especially this last part, which is interesting to me, because if Fani and Love and Hilton are running based on the fact that the defense didn't need to be there, they shouldn't have been there, because this was a separate matter. What is the issue? And I'm going to tell you guys what I think, and then you can share your thoughts. The issue for me is that during that ex parte hearing, meeting, whatever you want to call it, during that ex parte meeting, there was something very important, very damning, and could be a huge win for the defense. And what was that one thing that happened? Little Woody said a phrase when he was in that ex parte meeting that could change everything for Young Thug. Little Woody said, "I did these crimes." So again, if the defense was there and they heard Little Woody say, "I did these crimes," and he's talking about crimes that are being addressed in another hearing in the main case, is cross-examination enough? Why couldn't the defense have been there to ask further questions? To me, something's missing. Again, we've got a lot of lawyers in the community, a lot of attorneys. I could be way off. And y'all have to let me know what you think and discover it yourself in the chat and in the comments as well. Fani Willis, man, Big Mama is here. Are y'all ready for Fani Willis? Are y'all ready for Big Mama Willis? Gorilla Grip Fani Willis? I don't know. Thank you to all of y'all who are in here. We have over 200,000 people in the building, and all of y'all like the video. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mixed Chick Samantha says, Fani makes my head hurt. It's crazy. Wealthy Wisdom. Shout out to Wealthy Wisdom. I saw Wealthy Wisdom earlier this morning over on Cat Not Williams YouTube channel. Y'all make sure you go check out Cat Not Williams too. She's doing a great job covering this trial and a lot of other legal matters too. Wealthy Wisdom says, so at least Hilton should be called because they needed to find out what she was talking to Woody about while they weren't in the ex parte meeting. She talked to him in the car. She talked to him in text messages, but Fani's argument is, well, you guys can get the text messages. She doesn't need to get up on the stand for that. But if I'm Brian Steele, I want to get her up there and grill her. Why did you tell Little Woody that he could lie on the stand? All right, Mr. Copeland, excuse me. Why did you tell Mr. Copeland that if he were to lie on the stand, that it would be okay? Did you not see an issue with Little Woody, aka Mr. Copeland, telling you that he was going to lie on the stand? It's just, I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just looking at this from a common sense standpoint. Y'all probably know more than me. What does Amy say? Amy says ClassE got evidence in the vault, so not everything was scrubbed. Talk to him, Amy. We got the videos. I'm gonna have to reach out to Brian Steele and say, hey man, if you can't find those videos, I got you. I guess if you want to use this in your next motion, you can use it. I should have, if I were more prepared, I would have went back and shown that. Dang, I'm gonna see if I can find it for y'all real quick. Wealthy Wisdom says Steele wants Fani to come inside the court to argue it. Because if the judge is arguing the prosecution, if the judge is arguing the prosecution removal, Love and Hilton can't argue it, so Fani might have to do it. Oh, great point. That's a great point, Wealthy Wisdom, and you are spot on. Man, I was saying this on Kat's live stream earlier. If Fani gets into that courtroom, Brian Steele is gonna have a field day. I'm telling you right now. Beth Davis is in here. Shout out to Beth Davis and everybody who stopped by. We got Unita Sims in the building as well. Good to see you. Boss is up in here. Who did I miss? Roro's in the building too. I see you, Roro. We've got. Okay, I think I said what's up to everybody who's just stopping by. Let me see what Beth says. Beth says, I'm ready for Tuesday. It can't get here no faster. Yeah, we might cover it live. I'll have to see what y'all are saying, because we might have to start the show early. We got Unita Sims is in the building this morning. Again, motions filed by the state with a bunch of nothing words saying nothing. I mean, going back to the beginning, this is what did Fani say? According to the state, respectfully moves the court to deny this motion. It supports a response. Where was it? She was saying something crazy in here about there being no facts. In support of this motion to disqualify lead prosecutors, Love and Hilton have made themselves critical witnesses in the case. Yeah, I disagree wholeheartedly. What else are y'all saying in here? We'll get a couple more comments in here. We'll keep it moving. Amy says 0 cookies for Fani. I tried to give her a break, but oh man, she's pushing it. Mixed Chick Samantha said, ClassE, did you see the podcast that I don't know that I could stomach it. I saw the podcast episode that Judge Peterson did, and I was, oh man, I about threw my computer. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And they don't care. They don't care. Roro says, I'm Big Mama Roro. I'm here in the chat bumping Fani. Yeah, shout out to Roro. I appreciate you always stopping by, reminding people to like the video. I appreciate it. We got 200 likes in here. Thank y'all. Amy says, go Ro. I'm not sharing my cookies with her. No, Fani doesn't. She doesn't get any cookies. Boss says Lori Love is going to get up early to be at court by 8:45 for the judge. I guarantee it. Amy says, I couldn't watch past 3 minutes. Oh, you saw it, Amy? Wait, which one? We'll review it tomorrow. If somebody could send it to me, or Amy, if you could drop it in the chat, we'll review it and go over it tomorrow. Wealthy Wisdom says, I'm talking about the day of the ex parte. She and Woody was in the room talking. Love said it out loud. Love say it out loud and proud in the meeting to Glanville and Kayla when they knew he had a lawyer. It's dumb. Okay, Amy said, yeah, it was on AV's channel. Okay, shout out to AV. I'll have to go check it out. We got a couple more of these to get to, y'all. Whoops, that is the wrong screen. And this next one's going to be really good too. But we'll get into it here in a second. I want to make sure I don't miss any comments. Also, again, if y'all want to call in, the link to call in is in the description and also in the pinned comment in the chat. I don't see anybody in there yet. And I want to check the updates and see if Thugger Daily said we have anything else today. Because as y'all know, court is resuming tomorrow. And I want to see, what did y'all say? I'm gonna leave this poll up here and see if y'all want to cover it live. But it's looking like the majority of y'all want us to do it live. Now, if we have, we'll probably do it. And I don't have a problem starting at 8:45. But if someone like TLA or, a professional is covering it, yeah, I won't go live. I'd rather be over there listening and watching them react to it live, and then we cover some things after the trial. So we'll see what's going on. I'll have to hit up TLA and see what he's doing. Roro says they remind me of my office set of folks, just corrupt to the bone. Oh dang! Don't say about your coworkers. You'd be like Judge Krause over there, walking through the halls after you kick Judge Glanville off the case. You see him walking with his support dog, just giving you that dirty look. Yeah, we might cover it tomorrow. I'll leave the vote up there, and thank you to all of y'all that voted. We had a ton of votes in here too. Amy says, "ClassE, you saw the woman who stalked little Woody? What? Okay, y'all, I'm missing so much out here. I gotta do a better job. And actually, what I'm gonna do is, I did not want to exit out of that tab either. What I'm gonna do is let's actually see if I can find this video. Are y'all gonna bear with me for a second? If y'all want to bear with me, because you can't find it on Kayla's channel anymore. Amy says, woman found YSL Willie's location from watching his Instagram stories and drove 2 hours to catch him. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, Amy, I'm gonna save this for tomorrow, because that's too good. How long is this video? Is it a quick video or is it a long video? All right, let's watch it. Lil Woody's getting stalked. I mean, it's a part of the job, y'all. It's a part of the job. Tracy's in here this morning too. Shout out to Tracy. Boss says you should react to TLA reacting live. Yeah, and a lot of it too is not just. I'm gonna miss so many things because I'm not an attorney. I'm gonna miss so many things if we react to it live, just because I'm not as experienced in law. I'm not as experienced in court proceedings as like a TLA. So I would rather listen to him, break it down, listen to him point out several things, and then I can give y'all more of a concise version of what I'm hearing from him, what I'm actually seeing in the trial combined with the motion. So yeah, I got to put some respect on TLA's name, because he is the professional, and I mean the leading voice when it comes to this trial, in my opinion. Amy said I gotta play it. Okay, I'm gonna play it. Hold on. Here we go.
What I was doing?
You really riding around looking for me?
Yeah, I was riding around looking for you.
How you knew where I was?
I ain't know where you were. I was just riding around
I
looking.
gotta stop playing on the internet too much.
Yeah, you gotta stop playing on the
And I'm
internet too
2
much.
hours away.
Go around.
Oh yeah, they gotta go around. They gotta go around.
She is crazy.
And I came 2 hours away. I'm crazy
2 hours
like you.
away?
Yeah.
From where?
From Middle Georgia.
You crazy than me? How you know?
Yeah. What I was doing?
You really
What are you out here? He got fans, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, shout out to Woody living it up, man. He got fans. He's probably listen.
Hey yo.
Enjoy yourself, Woody, but be safe, man, because people are crazy. I told y'all I'm not that big of a YouTube channel. I'm not even I wouldn't even consider myself a celebrity. But when you're online like this, people recognize you. People see you when you're out, especially if you're in a bigger city like Atlanta. They'll say what's up. They want to take pictures with you. They ask how you're doing. It gets wild for someone like Woody in this type of a case. He just needs to be careful. Amy said he's got to be careful. Yeah, absolutely. That's funny though. I'm gonna try and find this. Let me see if I can find this video for y'all, where Lil Woody says, "Oh, the transcript wasn't complete." It had to have been. So this is the one where I was talking about just Kayla. And then we had this one. Let me see if I could find it. I think I remember which video it was. Y'all bear with me. I really want to find this. I really want to find this video. It wasn't me. No, it wasn't this one. I'm gonna find it. Let me see. That's not it. Let's see if it was this one. And if it's not this one, I'll try and find it. Amy said she drove 2 hours like that's normal. Wild. Let me turn this up. Why is this taking so long to load? The reason she's asking him that is because there's been a lot of speculation that Judge Glanville did not actually submit the unredacted transcript. We're going to see what happens. Oh, here it is. All right, this is it, y'all. Dang. Now, you cannot find this video on YouTube anywhere. I don't know if anybody else has this video. Is with that, though.
So, guys, I just want to say that even though Woody fired me, as you all know, I still have to protect his interest. And I want to say we will not be talking about the case. He cannot answer anything. As you guys have seen over and over again, the state is watching. I'm sure they're on. Say hi to the state, everybody, because we know they're watching.
Oh my God. I cooked Kayla for that too. All right, let me rewind this because I think I might have missed it. Because I don't think it was this one where Lil Woody said it. I think it was another video where it was Woody and Kat and Kayla. Let me see. I'm trying to find.
So, guys, I just want to say that even though
with that. Yeah, Gigi said Doug waved at the state too. They don't care. I saw it. We talked about it on one video. Actually submit the unredacted transcript. We're gonna still did not. I'm trying to find it, y'all. So, oh, I just either Miss Love or you have ADA Hilton is talking about, oh, I just said such and such, but you don't see where they said that anywhere in the transcript. So the reason she's asking, Roro said, please take her down. Y'all, why do y'all have a problem with Kayla? Kayla didn't do it.
Kids, man. Complete.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's it right there. Dang. Brian, hit me up, Brian. Dang. There it is. Y'all ready for this? Let me rewind it a little bit more. It keeps getting messier and messier, and I worry for these two right here, but we'll see what they say.
You just mismailed it.
I'll watch it.
Oh, okay.
Woody, man. Dang. Come on, Woody.
Woody, is
Go
the
be with your kids,
transcript
man.
complete? You say no?
You know that.
All right, so dang. So again, there you have it. This is gonna be used in some way. Is the transcript complete? Nope. And the problem with this for Fani Willis is you have somebody who was in the meeting say, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. So she's saying, oh, well, we gave you guys the transcript, so it's not a big deal. You got the transcript. You see everything that was said. You got a witness that says, I was in the meeting. This is not the full transcript. What if they bring Kayla up on the stand? Brian Steele says, Miss Bumpus, you were in that ex parte meeting. You saw the transcripts, right? Are these the full transcripts? And she says, what? Nope. Sure wasn't. There was more that was said in those meetings. I mean, could that be a reason for Love or Hilton to be called to the witness stand? Again, I don't know. Glanville's probably going to be up there, but then I tried to give. I mean, I don't know why Fani doesn't want to sacrifice Glanville at this point. Just let him get on the stand, because if not, then you're probably going to have to deal with Love and or Hilton getting on the stand. Shout out to I am DJ. Shout out to I am DJ. I don't want to mess it up. He said she didn't deny it. Yeah, absolutely. No, I know Kayla's going to get up there and she's going to be like, that transcript is not complete. There was way more that was said in that meeting. Mm-hmm. Mr. Tesla said ClassE going to trial. I'm not going anywhere. Hey, they can use whatever videos they want to. He said she did deny it. Amy says, I am DJ pre-me is what it is. Okay, thank you. She denied. What did she deny? I said she did deny. Okay, she denied what? Wealthy Wisdom says, because if Glanville's go up there, then there is grounds for Love and Hilton to go up there. You can't, there's no way Fani wins this. This is Exhibit A right here. You have a sworn witness and his former representation saying that. Oh, he said, DJ says, she said it was completed. Well, all right, DJ, she said a lot of stuff. I'm not worried. I mean, I'm not concerned about it. But what did she say right here?
Miss Mill,
Here and messier, and I worry for these two right here. But we'll see what they say.
you just Miss Melnick.
I'll watch it.
Oh, okay.
Woody, man. Dang. Come on, Woody.
Woody, is
Go
the
be with your kids,
transcript
man.
complete? You say no?
You know that.
All right, so the reason she asked her that is because if you guys, yeah, I don't know, DJ. He says, she said the only thing not in there is when they were talking about attorney-client privileges stuff. So that would mean they're not complete. What are you talking about? Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. Mixed Chick Samantha says something. She said he went straight past my comment. Oh, what did you say? Mixed Chick Samantha, where did it go? I missed it. Mixed Chick Samantha said, ClassE, which one you taking, Alkaline or Kayla? Oh, y'all give it up to the Alkaline. Y'all know what time it is. Alkaline all day. There's not much I would take over Alkaline. You heard? We're gonna keep it moving. Man, I'm up in here BSing with y'all. We have several more motions we got to get to. Y'all give me like 30 seconds real quick. Hold on a second.
On the hate, cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table, cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe, and so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble.
All right, here we go. We're gonna get back into it. Shout out to the bishop, by the way. The official creator of the Music Morning Show theme song. Yeah, y'all talking about what I choose. Come on now. Y'all see me on this Alkaline. It's not even a question. Okay, we got to get through these, y'all. So again, if y'all want to call in, the link to call in is in the description and in the pinned comment in the chat. Also, we got a ton more filings to get to. We're going to get to it here in a second. Kristen Vasquez says she knows this is a high profile case that's already having issues, and she should stay professional and not go on YouTube talking about it in any way. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion too. Kayla knows it. Kayla is cool. She gets it. Kayla understands. She respects other people's opinions, and she's not like some of the other people in here saying that we're haters because we have different opinions. All right, so y'all chill. Even her own mama agreed with me. Mama Bumpers agreed with me. So y'all got an issue. You got an issue with Mama Bumpers too. We're just out here just trying to say, hey, y'all chill. You'll get your time to shine on the case, but this is not it. Kayla gets it. Right? Y'all relax. All right. Shout out to RL Kyles. Appreciate you being here. New timer says the question for them to answer is, what were the off the record conversations in that ex parte? And why was just Glanville in the room? It's a whole mess. It's an absolute mess, man. And there's other words we could use to describe it, but we're going to keep it a little bit PG in here. What else are y'all saying? Okay, y'all, Amy and Mixed Chick Samantha are wilding in the chat. I'm going to leave y'all alone. Let's go and get into this next one. This is going to be a fun one. Y'all are going to enjoy this. All right. So Brian Steele is not holding back, aka Young Thug, aka Mr. Jeffrey Williams. Y'all know we went over and reviewed a couple of the responses and motions that were filed when it comes to these extrajudicial statements and basically this gag order that the state wants to put on attorneys from speaking out against what's going on in the case. We saw Mr. Weinstein. Not only did he file a response saying, no, we're not going to stop talking, and Fani Willis was up there talking while there was an ongoing trial. But that same day that he filed his response, Doug Weinstein, Yak Gotti's representation, went and did an interview. That man is a savage. He does not care. He said, y'all are not going to silence us. We have rights. We're going to speak out against it. And then, of course, we've got Brian Steele finally responding. And this response, or this motion, actually covers several things that are going on in this case. We're not going to go through the whole thing because there's 259 pages. The man is thorough, but there are some interesting statements when it comes to this extrajudicial statements that they were trying to use to silence the defense attorney. So let's go ahead and get into it. State of Georgia versus Young Thug, aka Jeffrey Williams, aka represented by Brian Steele. And this is a letter to Judge Whitaker. What do we have going on here? Look at this title. Young Thugs. 1. Response to the state's motion to restrict extrajudicial statements filed on July 23rd, 2024. Number 2, motion to adopt motion for fair and constitutional trial on behalf of Mr. Stillwell, as well as DeMonte Kendrick's motion for mistrial, both filed on or about July 23rd, 2024. And number 3, this is going to cover notice of non-joinder of I know I said that wrong, of Mr. Nichols' motion for mistrial and objection to mid-trial substitution of the trial judge filed on or about July 23rd. Basically, this is saying we are family and we're going to come for y'all. We're not going to let this happen. This trial's about to end. All right, let's get into it. Comes now, Young Thug, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby files this response to everything that we just said. Okay, we're not going to read that again, because y'all know I'd be up here reading crazy. Young Thug is innocent of all crimes in the above referenced indictment. Response to the state's motion to restrict extrajudicial statements. This is the one I want to see. As previously announced in open court, on the record, undersigned counsel hereby rejects and objects to any proffer made by Lawyer Love and or Hilton. So anything they say after this, y'all can just stop. We're not changing our mind, but we're going to keep it moving. On or about July 23rd, the state filed a motion to restrict extrajudicial statements. Young Thug's counsel statements referenced in the state's motion do not violate the plain language or spirit of any ethical rule. And I think we talked about, what was it, 3.6, if I remember right. And we went through and reviewed that and kind of saw what they're allowed and not allowed to say. In contrast, the state failed to alert this honorable court that before and during jury selection, when the potential jurors were not fully charged to avoid all media reports concerning this indictment, the following occurred. Ooh. They were out here talking even before things started. Fox 5 press conference with Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, Esquire, dated May 10th, 2022. Here's a YouTube video. We are definitely going to watch this. District Attorney Fani Willis, we're going to call her Fanny, speaks from 11/12 to 19/7, from 2037 to 21/13, and again from 22/19 to 24/18. So how many minutes is that? That's 7 minutes. That's 8 minutes. That's a total of 12 minutes. She's talking about this. In reference to District Attorney Willis claiming her priority to prosecute gangs, and there's a reason for that. They're committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all violent crime we are seeing in our community, and so have to be rooted out of our community. I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come from Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, then you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. We are proud to bring forth this indictment and hopefully to bring justice to a lot of the community who were victimized through the course you'll see in this indictment. But more importantly, the most important thing we are here to do is to keep the community safe. And we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer. We talked about this in past videos. I told y'all, Fani Willis loves talking. She was out here going to Big Bethel, talking to the church. She was out here doing interviews, and Brian Steele's just showing an example of that. She said, hey, y'all got Big Mama up here trying to say we shouldn't get ADA Love and Hilton off the case. Y'all need to worry about her talking to the press if that's what you're mad at us about. Then the reporter says there are some serious significant charges. I would imagine you're going to seek some pretty serious sentencing here. I know it's early, but can you talk a little bit about the sentences they might be facing? Fanny says, of course. I'll give you all the details. I'm not going to keep reading this. We're going to go to the video because this is going to be way more fun. All right, y'all check this out. Yeah, and I see y'all in the chat. They just got their feelings hurt. They'll be all right. Let's go ahead and skip to, I think it was 11 something was the first one. Let's skip ahead and see what Fanny's talking about.
In partnership with them, utilizing our tactical teams, we were able to go out to the individual's location and arrest him without any significant consequences to him or any other parties at the house. And so with that, I'll turn it over to the DA.
Oh, here she goes. Look at her.
Today, I'm joined by the Atlanta Police Chief, Chief Rodney Bryan, as well as my sheriff and our sheriff, Sheriff Patrick Labatt. We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the District Attorney of Fulton County, my #1 focus is targeting gangs. And there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community. And so they have to be rooted out of our community. I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is, if you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes
Ooh,
are
she
in
getting hyped
furtherance
up.
of
Go
a
ahead.
street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. I agree with Chief Bryant. What you see yesterday and what you will see in the upcoming months and years is the result of a lot of hard work by both the Atlanta Police Department and this office. We are proud to bring forth this indictment and hopefully to bring justice to a lot of the community who was victimized through the course you see in this indictment. But more importantly, the most important thing that we are here to do is to keep this community safe. And we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer.
All right, so now we're going to hear from the reporter and see what the reporter says. So we're going to keep going from until 1907, okay? And then we got a few more clips. This is interesting that she's able to say this, though, because I don't hear any allegedly. She's just up here talking like she knows they already did all this and they're the ones committing 75 to 80% of the crimes. We don't know that. It's crazy.
Yes, sir.
No, we don't support Fani over here. Sorry, Fani.
Young Thug and a bunch of other rappers. There was one name I was actually expecting to see there that I didn't, and that's Jeff Harlow. Can you speak to that?
What I'll tell you is that as large as this indictment is, I told my team that let's not be sexy. Now let's.
She said, "Let's not be sexy." What does that even mean? Uh-oh, we're buffering here. Y'all give me a second. Let me see if I can.
Let's not overreach.
There you go.
Let's be conservative in our approach, which is always the approach that I take. And in taking that approach, "28 defendants were indicted, and they were indicted for the crimes that I believe were appropriate for this RICO indictment. And so I won't speak to any person that is not named."
These are serious, significant charges. I would imagine you're going to see some pretty serious sentencing here. I know it's early, but can you talk a little bit about the type of sentences they might be facing?
We'll ask on the different charges for the maximum penalties, and there's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. You're absolutely right. These are serious times.
Yeah, Gotti and Young Thug being one of them, or two of them, I should say.
It is my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties.
In a recent interview, you said in the coming weeks and months to expect indictments, RICO charges, gang charges. We see that with fear. This is only focused on the YSL gang. At that time, you used plural indictments. Should we expect more indictments against singular gangs in the coming weeks and months? Is that what you were meaning with that quote?
Yeah, and if you're already aware, we dropped an indictment not that long ago against YFN. It is certainly a tool that I believe in, which is using RICO. I believe, the reason that I believe in it as a tool is it allows juries and the communities to see the complete picture of a crime so they can truly be educated and have facts to weigh when they're making decisions. And so if you're asking, should you expect to see other RICO indictments against other street gang organizations? Absolutely.
Two questions specific to YSL. With the 20-some people arrested here or named, how big is this gang? Is that a good portion of the gang you're operating in Atlanta, and how long were you investigating them?
If you look at the indictment, the crimes that are alleged within it go all the way back from 2012 to 2022.
Sheesh, it's a long time.
I wouldn't say that it contains every act of crime that YSL committed. It is a significant gang that operates here in Atlanta, Georgia, and not every member became a defendant within this indictment, but certainly a significant amount did, and certainly some of the leadership, which is what's most important. We're not going to just target the children that are running out at the direction of leaders and not target leaders.
Madam DA, how much?
Go ahead, Michael.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. How much did social media,
Oh, please don't do that.
play a role in bringing this indictment?
Social media is a wonderful tool for prosecutors in every indictment we bring nowadays.
Yeah, well, not to mention lyrics too, which we've gotten into before, but that's the first part of it. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to, what is it, 2037 through 21. Here we go.
Could be monitored.
So I did have an opportunity.
Yeah. Okay, we don't want to hear that. This is where she comes back up.
You know, and I do not have that exact number. I can tell you approximately 10 were already in custody. I believe as of last night, we had arrested at least 3 as of last night. I expect to see more arrests today and in the upcoming weeks, but I'm realistic. It's probably going to take the next 2 weeks to get everyone in custody.
You know, there's been some discrepancies about where Gunn is. Maybe this is better for the sheriff. Where he's being, is he in custody?
All right, and then we're going to skip ahead to 2219. I want to make sure we get all this coverage in here so y'all can see what Brian Steele's talking about.
Now, are any of the individuals considered fugitives?
Or Young Thug, I should say.
Are on the run now? Do they know that they're indicted?
In this business, I'm certain that there will be some people that won't volunteer to come into custody. There is no concern that
Talking
somebody
about Lil
will
Woody.
escape being arrested.
One last question, I'm sorry. How significant was the arrest of Christian Eppinger with regard to the timeline of this indictment? Like, I have been looking at it where that arrest set off this 90-day clock. But I'm reasonably certain you were looking at YSL before all of this. Did that create a sort of a time situation where you wanted to get this done?
No, there was long ago a time sensitive importance or significance to this particular case. I was a prosecutor, as you know, for 16 years, 4 months, and 4 days in this office. The murder of Donovan Thomas in 2015 created violence like Atlanta has never seen.
That's true.
It was a goal of my predecessor and any person or prosecutor in this office to make sure that that family received justice, because everyone is entitled to justice. It was a commitment I made from the first day I walked into this office. Very shortly after me becoming the DA, I sat down with Mr. Thomas's mother and I made her a promise that her son was as valuable as any other person within our community, and that I would put resources on this case.
Wow.
And that I would do everything I could to make sure that her son had justice. And yesterday was a proud day for me.
Now, Donovan Thomas was not innocent. Come on now. He was a known gang member. So, again, shout out to Brian Steele for including the video and the timestamps. That makes things a lot easier. And y'all don't have to sit here and listen to me read what was being said. Below is a link to episode 3 of a podcast, King Slime, the prosecution of Young Thug and YSL, released in August 2023. All right. And prior to the jury selection was when this was released. The podcast has since stopped recording episodes, but was hosted by music journalist Christina Lee and the honorable reporter George I'm going to mess up his name, George C. District Attorney Fani Willis made it clear that she cannot provide specifics of the case. However, shares the following. And here's the segments here. We're not going to go too much into it. I could put the link to this, the links to this response in the description if y'all want to go through and see all of that too. We'll just read a short portion of what she said at the beginning of this podcast. District Attorney Willis says, "I remember when I first took office, we're screaming from the top of the top hill. We're screaming from the top of the top hills that there's a gang problem. And people were really actually kind of treating us like we were crazy, right? There's a gang problem in LA. There's a gang problem in Chicago. But they did not want to admit that there was such a gang problem right here in Atlanta. But we kept talking about facts I knew to be true because I knew crime waves. Oh, man. I knew that one important person got killed and we got a gang war for several years." Yeah, she's talking about Big Nut. Y'all saw, especially when this happened, talking about Lil Woody. He was even targeted several times after Big Nut got killed just for being connected to some of the people who were involved allegedly in Big Nut's shooting. And then it goes down. There's a couple other places. 3805, she says, I hope that you know, for gang members, I am hated and feared because I'm not going to apologize for bringing gang warrants or educating the police on how to bring gang warrants and for prosecuting people that decide to get into that life. And it's weird too. It's weird to hear Fani say this now, how she's talked to Donovan's mother, you know, how she wanted justice for him, even with him being a known gang member himself. And then you guys saw, we covered this motion last week that they were saying, hey, we don't want y'all to paint Donovan Thomas in a bad light, obviously, because they're going to use this as a case against Young Thug. And this is arguably the biggest part of this case against Young Thug. They said, we don't want y'all to paint him in a bad light. It's not necessary and all this. It does seem a little strange that they're going through all these lengths to pretend like Donovan Thomas was completely guiltless in all of this. Anyway, lawyer loves motion to restrict extrajudicial statements must be rejected. It is rich with audacious and hypocritical. It is rich with audacious and hypocritical that the state needs to critique an unethical the single statement. Boy, this is reading so weird. It is rich, audacious, and hypocritical that the state seeks to critique as unethical the single statement by Young Thug's counsel, which contains accurate factual assertions. As an overarching principle, rule of professional responsibility 3.6 we talked about earlier, comment 1 makes clear that just like the framers of the United States Constitution envisioned almost 250 years ago, when they mandated that those accused of crimes are guaranteed the right to a public speedy trial. And then he quotes it here. The rule of professional responsibility 3.6 comment 1. Moreover, comments 5A and 5B delineate certain subjects about which a lawyer could speak, which are more likely to have a material prejudicial effect on the proceedings, and those subject areas are more likely than not to have no material prejudicial effect on a proceeding. In a criminal case, comments which are more likely to have a material prejudicial effect on proceedings include subjects related to the character, credibility, or reputation or criminal record of a party, suspect in a criminal investigation, or witnesses, or the identity of a witness, or the expected testimony of a party witness. The possibility of a plea of guilty to the offense, or the existence or contents of a confession, admission, or statement given by a defendant or suspect, or that person's refusal or failure to make a statement. Phew, that's a lot of wordage there. What is more relevant to the issue at hand is the commentary relating to those subject areas more likely than not to have no material prejudicial effect on proceedings. The subject areas include information contained in public record, the scheduling or result of any step in litigation. And y'all saw Yak Gotti's representation, Doug Weinstein, mentioned this as well. He said, everything I said is in the public record. So trying to tell me that I can't talk about something that's in the public record not only is not in the best interest of my client, but it's my right to be able to do so. Every factual allegation in the statements made by Young Thug's counsel is contained in the public record. Specifically, Young Thug has repeatedly in public filings as well as by and through his counsel in open court maintained his innocence. Young Thug filed motions for a speedy trial. The recused judge so he cannot stand Judge Glanville. This is crazy. The recused judge. He doesn't even put his name in there. Man, come on, Brian. Brian, I'm gonna call you out. You gotta have a little bit of respect, okay? Jeez. Lawyer Love, Lawyer Hilton have been accused of and found to have run afoul of their duties under the law, and Judge Glanville, there we go, has been recused and disqualified from his role as trial judge based on a motion brought by Young Thug. Basically, Brian said, Yeah, we ended this. We got to give some credit to Kayla too. All right. As this honorable court is aware, Young Thug's trial is televised live from gavel to gavel. The coverage is available to the public at the click of a link, even when not watched live, as recordings are maintained on youtube.com. Thus, the likelihood of Young Thug's counsel repetition of information in the public and or findings of the court could materially prejudice an adjunctive proceeding in the matter is absurd. He's right. Moreover, the jurors in this case have been provided cautionary instructions and admonitions countless times, at least daily over the 100 days of trial, not to listen to anything related to this case. Yeah, the entire trial is on YouTube, but y'all don't want us to talk on YouTube. It doesn't make any sense. So unlike pretrial comments, which the state is guilty of making, Fani, there's no basis for Young Thug's counsel to believe that this statement will have a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing an adjunctive proceeding. Now, we could go through some more of these, but come on, Brian Steele's right. Let's be real. We see enough evidence. And this final statement alone, with him saying the entire trial has been on YouTube, and y'all don't want us to talk on YouTube, it doesn't make any sense. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is Brian Steele right? Should they be able to talk about this? Should they be able to talk about this on YouTube? It's up to you. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. RL Kyle says, hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. Move over here and fix this. We're going to put Fani up there for a second. Fani is full of lies, just like Love is. Oh my gosh. And Mr. Steele is dead on with the hypocrite remark. Like Fani saying phone records weren't reliable because they proved her a liar in her own trial. Yeah, it's, you got to get her out of here. Amy says she wants to talk about the gangs and criminal activities in the street, but doesn't want to talk about the corruption in her office or in the sheets. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shout out to the new time right here. Mikey B says, I was watching another stream. We know this loves motion. The date and time change. Sus. Ooh. I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't even notice that. Lauren says she was smashing for show. Oh man, y'all chill. RL Kyle says Monday got out of it because Fanny Pack was smashing him at one point. And she was smashing Donovan Thomas as we shaking my head. Allegedly. All right. I can't read some of these comments because they're going to come after me, man. What does RL Kyles also says, and use them like they are the Holy Bible in cases they prosecute. She's a huge hypocrite. Gigi says the state is the most dangerous gang in Fulton County. Roro said, wait, give credit to who? I said give credit to Kayla because she helped bring down Judge Glanville. Y'all got to give her some credit. If it wasn't for Kayla giving the defense, but she said, I'm not saying this. I'm not a hater, y'all. She said this is documented. You can go back and see it. She said she gave the defense the information they needed about the meeting, and then they went to move forward. So, I mean, we'll say the mole and Kayla together, but she was a big part of that moving forward. And Lil Woody too, of course. Dang, Amy. Wow, you didn't have to do her like that. That's wild. Thank you again to everybody who liked the video. We are going crazy. I want to get through a couple more of these motions though. Let me see. This one is for the mistrial. We've got the motion to compel. Let me, I think there was one that I really want to get to because this is the most recent one. This one is the motion for reconsideration. Maybe I'll let y'all decide. Which one do y'all want to go through? Because we've even after this, we've got 1, 2, 3, and then Thugger Daily saying we've got 3 more filings by the state. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to start dropping 3 videos a day for y'all covering these motions. Because this is crazy. So we've got, and all of these are pretty quick. This one's 9 pages, this one's 6 pages, this one's 13 pages. So we've got response in opposition to defendant Nichols' motion for mistrial and severance. We've got motion to compel defendant's compliance with reciprocal discovery obligations to exclude any evidence intentionally withheld and not timely disclosed. And then we've got state's response in opposition to defendant Stillwell's motion for reconsideration. Let me see what y'all think. Yeah, Amy, she did Fani dirty. She did her super dirty. And you know what? We might even save these to tomorrow. I'm going to have to see what's going on with this trial for tomorrow. And we probably will live stream it. I got to see what TLA is doing because I definitely want to send all y'all over there. If y'all haven't checked out the lead attorney, make sure you go check out the lead attorney. I know he's going to cover this. My guess is he'll start it a little bit later and probably cover it as it's going on. That way he can skip ahead, which is kind of what he's done in the past. But y'all go make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell on his channel, because I know Lead and AV will be covering this at some point and doing a great job of breaking it down live in real time, because he knows exactly what's going on and what he's seeing live. So make sure y'all go check him out. We'll be covering it there. I think we're going to save some of these for the next couple of days. And another one. I'll get y'all in there. I'll get y'all in there a little bit later. Shout out to Cypress Wisteria. Is that a flower? It sounds like a flower. Appreciate you subscribing. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all up out of here. Make sure you tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another episode of the Song of the Night Live. We're gonna be live listening to some music for some amazing independent artists, some amazing up and coming artists. We're gonna be giving away $100 in cash and a brand new microphone. And of course, y'all know we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we might live stream the trial. We'll see. But I'll keep y'all posted. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the community tab. I'll be posting any updates there and let y'all know if we're going to be going live tomorrow morning at 8:45 or if we're just going to go live at our regular time at 11:30. Either way, we'll be here tomorrow morning. We'll have more to talk about on this YSL trial and some other news for y'all too. All right, make sure you like the video on your way out, subscribe, notification bell so you don't miss when we go live or drop a video. I will see y'all tonight. Hope y'all have a great rest of your afternoon. And y'all know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, stay away from Fani, and keep it classy. We gone. Peace.
We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe. Believe in your skin. Believe in your hair. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your hair. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health, right? Change your mind and watch the whole body follow. So you won't hear me talking about I'm hitting you with hollows. I can't do it, got plans for tomorrow. And I ain't trying to bring my seeds no type of sorrow. Wait, cause fake rappers do fake-ish. I mean, most of basic get replaced quick. I'll never sacrifice my soul. Truth is, so I might never get 1 million records sold. But that's cool, cause I'm good with the creator. He nurtured my thoughts, so I present you with verbal flavor. You never listen to what no haters say. We pray for them, but we gon' move it this way. We moving forward, y'all.